Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another thrilling episode of 4-Year Starters Daily Lineup. I'm your host, always bringing the energy and excitement, and today is no exception. It's Wednesday, July 12th, and we have a lineup of sports news articles that are sure to get your competitive juices flowing. But before we dive into the thrilling world of sports, let me hit you with a fun fact about today's date. Did you know that on this day in 1979, the iconic disco demolition night took place at Comiskey Park in Chicago? It was a wild affair where fans were invited to bring their disco records and, well, let's just say it turned into quite a fiery spectacle. Talk about a grand slam of a party. Now let's get back to the world of sports. In our first story, we have the PGA Tour defending its Saudi Arabia deal amid scrutiny from a Senate hearing. Just like a golfer facing a challenging fairway, the PGA Tour finds itself navigating through rough waters as it tries to maintain its position in the global sports landscape. Will they hit that hole-in-one, or will they find themselves in the rough? We'll break it down for you. And in our next story, we have a legal battle brewing between Bob Huggins and West Virginia University over a resignation dispute. It's a clash of titans, just like two heavyweights in the ring, and the outcome will certainly have ripple effects in the world of college basketball. Will Huggins come out swinging, or will West Virginia University deliver a knockout blow? We'll unpack the details and bring you all the drama. So, grab your favorite sports drink, settle into your favorite spot, and get ready to join us as we dissect these captivating stories. It's time to step up to the plate and hit it out of the park with 4-Year Starters Daily Lineup. Welcome to a jam-packed episode of Sports Blitz, where we dive into the thrilling world of sports with a frenzy of headlines. Brace yourselves, folks, because we have quite the lineup for you today. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the action. Story 1. We kick things off with a historic moment in baseball as Vladimir Guerrero Jr. smashes his way into the record books. In a gripping battle, Guerrero Jr. becomes part of the first-ever father-son duo to conquer the home run derby. This slugfest saw him going toe-to-toe with the talented Randy Arozarena, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. Story 2. Moving on to the green pastures of Scotland, where golf enthusiasts are getting ready for a thrilling event. The Genesis Scottish Open is about to tee off at the Renaissance Club, and it promises to be a spectacle. This prestigious tournament not only showcases the skills of the world's top golfers, but also serves as a captivating warm-up for the highly anticipated Open Championship. Story 3. Finally, we take a trip down memory lane and celebrate the rich history of America's favorite pastime. The 2023 MLB Draft is not just about fresh talent and promising prospects, it's about honoring the legacy players who paved the way. This year's draft reminds us of the sacrifices made by those who came before, highlighting the enduring tradition that has captivated fans for generations. That's all the time we have for today's lightning round coverage, folks. But fear not, we'll be back soon with more thrilling sports stories to keep your adrenaline pumping. Until then, stay tuned and keep that sports spirit alive. The PGA Tour's recent deal with the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, PIF, has faced intense scrutiny as PGA Tour officials are called to testify before the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations. The deal, which aims to establish a for-profit entity for commercial operations, has raised questions about the future of professional golf. In an op-ed for The Athletic, PGA Tour Chief Operating Officer Ron Price defended the agreement, stating that it is in the best interest of the tour and the future of the sport. Price highlighted two main reasons for this defense. Firstly, the agreement includes safeguards to ensure that the PGA Tour retains control over its operations and strategy. Secondly, it allows for further investment in players, events, venues, communities, and technology. Price argued that the deal was a favorable outcome compared to the alternative of a potentially unsustainable battle that could have threatened the tour's existence. He also emphasized that the agreement has resolved all litigation between the PGA Tour and Saudi PIF. However, the deal has caught the attention of the U.S. government, which is now investigating its implications. Price, along with PGA Tour Policy Board member Jimmy Dunn, is set to testify at a Senate hearing on July 11th titled, "The PGA Live Deal: Implications for the Future of Golf and Saudi Arabia's Influence in the United States." The Senate hearing, presided over by Senator Richard Blumenthal and Ron Johnson, will delve into the details of the agreement and its potential impact on the future of the sport. The hearing will also examine the relationship between the PGA Tour and the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, a sovereign wealth fund of a foreign entity, raising concerns about antitrust laws and national security. While PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan and Live Golf CEO Greg Norman were invited to testify, neither will be in attendance for various reasons. The hearing will be streamed online and broadcasted live on Golf Channel. As the golf world eagerly awaits the outcome of this hearing, it is clear that the Senate hearing has taken center stage, overshadowing other significant events in the sport. The outcome of this scrutiny could have far-reaching consequences for the PGA Tour and its relationship with Saudi Arabia. In conclusion, the PGA Tour's COO, Ron Price, has provided a preview of the arguments the Tour will make at the Senate hearing. Despite the initial backlash, the Tour believes that the deal with the Saudi Public Investment Fund is in the best interest of the sport, allowing for growth and investment in players and communities. The hearing will provide a platform to discuss and understand the facts surrounding the agreement and its implications for the future of professional golf. ****. Note: this article is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal or financial advice. Former West Virginia basketball coach Bob Huggins finds himself in the midst of a heated legal battle with the university over the issue of his resignation. Huggins, who stepped down following his arrest for driving under the influence, claims that he never formally resigned and should still be employed as the head coach of the men's basketball program. The controversy began on June 17th, when West Virginia University announced Huggins' resignation following his arrest. However, Huggins now denies ever writing or reviewing the resignation statement and argues that it was sent under his name without his knowledge or signature. He also asserts that he did not inform his players of his decision to resign during a meeting on that day, only stating that he did not know what would happen. In response to Huggins' claims, the university released a detailed account of his voluntary resignation, questioning the validity of his denial. They stated that Huggins' attorney had been involved in discussions about the resignation and raised doubts about his attorney's assertion that the resignation did not meet technical requirements. The university also expressed confusion regarding Huggins' demand for reinstatement. Huggins' attorney, David A. Campbell, sent a letter to West Virginia University claiming that Huggins' resignation email actually came from his wife, June Huggins, and therefore he never formally resigned. However, the university remains firm in their position and has stated that they do not plan to reinstate Huggins. They have also expressed their intention to aggressively defend themselves against any allegations that he did not resign. Despite this ongoing dispute, Huggins voluntarily checked into a rehabilitation facility and plans to remain there until he is cleared to return to his coaching duties. He believes that the university mishandled the situation and asserts that the basketball program is in need of his strong leadership. The outcome of this legal battle remains uncertain, and it is unclear how the situation will ultimately be resolved. As both sides present their versions of events, the future of the West Virginia University basketball program hangs in the balance. Upbeat music fades in. Host: well, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of yet another exhilarating episode of 4-Year Starter. We've covered everything from jaw-dropping touchdowns to heart-stopping buzzer beaters, and boy, what a ride it has been. Co-host: absolutely, partner. We've witnessed athletes push the boundaries of human potential, displaying unwavering dedication and relentless determination. It's been a privilege to bring you the stories behind the sweat and tears, the triumphs and the setbacks. Host: That's right, my friend, and none of this would be possible without our incredible listeners. Your support and enthusiasm fuel our passion for bringing you the best sports content week after week. We're like a team out on the field, united in our love for the game. Co-host, you said it, buddy. And speaking of teams, we want to give a huge shout-out to our amazing production crew and sponsors. They work tirelessly behind the scenes, just like those unsung heroes on the bench, making sure every episode is a slam dunk. Host, absolutely my fellow sports aficionado, and before we wrap up, we want to remind you to follow us on social media. Connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at 4-Year Starter Podcast. We want to hear your thoughts, your favorite moments, and any suggestions you have for future episodes. We're all about building a sports community where every fan has a voice. Co-host, that's right. And remember, folks, the game is never truly over. Tune in tomorrow for another thrilling episode of 4-Year Starter as we dive headfirst into the world of sports yet again. We promise to bring you more riveting interviews, captivating stories, and, of course, our trademark sports metaphors. Host. So until then, keep that competitive spirit alive. Keep cheering for your favorite teams, and keep chasing those dreams because in the game of life, we're all 4-year starters. Upbeat music fades out.